that LeVar is the future in Baltimore. Lamar, not LeVar. Lamar.
No, I get you. No, he is the future. Obviously, with what they decided to do with Joe Flacco, move on from him, I think they were going to move forward with Lamar regardless if Joe Flacco was in the picture or not. And it's the right thing to do. He has the locker room. Your offense looks better with him on the field. Obviously, they are a heavy run team, so he kind of implements his running style to what they already currently have. The one thing about Lamar Jackson that he has to get better with is his accuracy and throwing the ball in the passing game. Obviously, it's
can you teach accuracy? I'm always wondered.
No, but you can work on it.
Okay.
You can definitely work on it. It's something that you work on. It's like shooting percentages in basketball. Can you teach shooting and making shots? You can't teach making shots, but you can work on making shots. And so he can work on his accuracy, but he has to be confident in it. And I think when we look at what's going on in Baltimore and they're saying we're going to tailor our offense around Lamar Jackson, it does not just solely mean that it's going to look like they're going to run the ball and then a lot of RPOs and a lot of read option. No, they're saying we're going to make sure that our offense is complementary of his style of play. That doesn't mean we're not going to throw the ball down the field. We're not going to ask him to be a NFL prolific quarterback and sit in the pocket and make throws at times. No offensive coordinator likes to see their quarterback take hits. He's going to have to understand that there's a time and a place to get the extra yard and to potentially need to take that hit. That's a part of maturing, and they're going to put that on Lamar Jackson. But I think when you talk about tailoring the offense around him, you know that the work he puts in is going to be throwing the football. We're not concerned about can he run, can he spark and make game-breaking plays. We need all of that. But now we're going to tailor our offense around you. We're going to make sure that you're comfortable with the game plans every single week moving forward. We're going to also stretch you. We're going to ask you to do things that you haven't done as well in college. And that's complete percentage better than what you have because his highest pass completion percentage has been 70%, and that's only throwing the ball about 19 times. We're going to need more out of that, more consistency. Obviously, his average of completion percentage last year was around 58, 59%. In this league today, you got to be in the 64 and above to be really competitive offensively passing the ball. We know what they are running the ball. I like this move. It's what they had to do anyway.
Of course, it's smart to build your offense around him. That's what you have to do. But my biggest concern and why I really am skeptical about him being the future in Baltimore is health. That's number one. Now, I know it's a different NFL. You can't tee off on quarterbacks like you used to. But obviously, when they start running the ball, they're more like a running back. He ran the ball 18 times a game, all right? That's what Todd Gurley averaged, 18 carries a game. We've never seen a quarterback run even close to this much. Cam Newton runs about half as much. He's twice as big as Lamar, and he's broken up. I don't think he can survive in the NFL. Now, I know they're going to drop the 18,
yes.
but what does it drop to, 12? Maybe? It might even be higher than 12. I don't think he can survive with 12. I think one of the things they need to do, because RG3 was on a one-year deal, they need to get RG3 as the backup because he plays somewhat similar, maybe the closest thing you can get to a Lamar Jackson. He could work in a similar offense. I would always have RG3 there as the backup to Lamar Jackson in case he goes down. The other thing is this. We talked about accuracy. You said 58% last year. He was only 57% for his career in college. Mm-hmm. I don't know how many quarterbacks we've seen improve their accuracy. Well, usually guys that are under 60% in college don't get better in terms of accuracy in the pros. Obviously, you work on it, and I'm sure he will, but I am very skeptical about him improving it to the necessary level. He'll improve it, but I don't know about to the necessary level. And the thing, too, is, and we saw this with RG3, we saw it to a lesser degree with Kaepernick, teams now have some film on him, and the one team that saw him twice, the LA Chargers, the second time they saw him, first time he ate him up. Second time, they shut him down. They were up 23-3. They made him throw the ball. And obviously, at the end of the game, he had 2 touchdowns against the prevent defense when it was over. But I am very skeptical on Lamar Jackson being a successful quarterback going forward.
Yeah, I think that there's a chance only from this standpoint that if they work on the passing part, because he is dynamic. He can make those plays, broken plays, game-breaking plays. He can do all that. Now, here's where I think is this maybe a reincarnation of Jim Harbaugh having Kaepernick and when he decided, and now John Harbaugh having somebody very similar. I just wonder if they're looking at it saying, okay, with Kaepernick, and remember, he ran the ball.
He was a much
and
better
no,
passer.
no doubt about it, but I'm just saying that style of play got them to, 2 or 3 NFC championship games and got them to a Super Bowl. And they didn't win it, but got them to where they wanted. So I think that there is a chance, Chris. Yes. Does he have to get better at his completions? Does he have to be able to throw the ball downfield to at least make the defense honest? You don't have to always make them, but you got to at least make them feel like if we don't play up on you, you know what I mean, you might beat us downfield or cause something. So putting the offense and making it to fit his skill set only makes sense. There are other things he has to work on. But I do believe there's an opening for him, and that if they set him up with the right players in the right situation, that he can be successful, because we've seen other guys. How long, Chris? I don't know how long you can sustain it, but can it work? Absolutely.
Well, when you look at him last year, and when you're dealing with offenses, everyone thinks that you have 2 different packages, and you have small packages for quarterbacks. If you're intertwining quarterbacks, they're going in and out. And that's what the Baltimore Ravens were dealing with. So for them to say, we're going to tailor our offense around Lamar Jackson, he was running an offense that was tailored around Joe Flacco. Right. This is what they knew. Offensive line, the checks, the style of play that they played. It not only affected him, it affected the offensive line, their protection, their schemes, what are they doing? Even the tight ends and receivers. Now we have to understand we gotta put this guy in a better position to be successful. What does that mean? Let's come in motion. Let's make things simpler for him. Let's not necessarily dummy it down, because I believe he's a smart quarterback that can advance in that area. But now we have to put him in position where we're shifting tight ends, allowing him to see coverages right away, and then putting him in packages and throwing schemes that work for him. When we look at his pass breakdown and where he throws the ball, they did not even try to throw the ball down the field. And when they did, they were pretty unsuccessful. His throwing the ball down the field on the right side was a lot higher, but they only threw it 4 times on that side deep. And so when you look at a guy like this, accuracy isn't an issue. Absolutely. But you put in plays and you put the personnel around him that guys can get open, create separation. We saw it with Dak Prescott, and Dak Prescott is a better thrower and has better accuracy.
But his first year, they really kept the clamps on him, you know what I mean?
They did.
To allow him not to make mistakes.
And what made life easier for him is having a running game to where you can play action pass, and it opens up the passing game right in front of you, because it sucks those linebackers in right away, which gives the quarterback a clearer vision in a line of throw.
I'm with playing to your strengths. I mean, we see it in basketball. Don't try to be Golden State if you don't have Golden State personnel.
Right.
So this is what they have. I agree with trying to maximize it. But I think, one, will he stay healthy? I think he can be successful to some degree running the ball.
And you look at it from
how long
the
will he stay healthy?
RG3, like he had an unbelievable rookie year, and then couldn't stay healthy.
But the second thing is, I think it is going to make you incredibly predictable. Like, I don't think he's going to, if he doesn't get significantly better throwing the ball, yeah, I mean, he's going to complete some passes here and there, but we know basically you have to run it. And I think that will make their offense really predictable and be hard for them to
Can he run it, just say 18 times?
No.
So that there's no way that you can continue that.
He can't. They can't continue to do that. I don't think they want him to continue to do that. Bear in mind now, he was on the sideline a lot of the times. He always had RG3 to walk back to and to tell. look, man, I did that. That did not work. This is why I'm over here.
Right.
Because I took those hits, those unnecessary hits, trying to get that extra yard that I did not necessarily need. Get out of bounds, get down. And I think when we look at Cam Newton, guys who we automatically put in this running category or the style of play is similar, look at Norv Turner and what his number one focus was. We want to make sure that Cam Newton doesn't take extra hits. So what do? Now, Norv Turner didn't do this, but they draft Christian McCaffrey. Something that now I don't have to really run. I don't have to use my legs. Let me just dink and dunk and hit my check down.
I think they should do that with our.
You have to get a
Do they
guy
have
who
a
can
player like that on the
short.
Ravens right now?
or safety net to where he can just release the ball and not have to put the pressure on him of taking those extra hits that you're talking about. But I don't think he's going to even run the ball on an average over 10 times a game per game.
I bet that's the game plan, but you know there's gonna be times
there's gonna be times.
I think that's his instinct.
And we saw like
but designed run plays
in the playoff game. You know, like fans quickly turned. I mean, because of his style and because he doesn't throw the ball, are people going to be patient enough? Because as soon as they didn't score and they struggled. What the Boo Birds came out, they wanted Flacco. You remember? I mean, it turned really quickly because he had gotten them into the playoffs. Are fans going to be willing to go with these growing pains and take time for him to develop?
Well, it's a tremendous vote of confidence from the organization to be tailoring the offense around Lamar Jackson's skill set, I think. Next up.